Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Welcome to the Infowars Nightly News. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2015, and I'm Leanne McAdoo. Here's what's coming up tonight.
Tonight, has Obama just declared war on Syria?
Well, President Obama giving the Pentagon the green light to defend U.S.-backed rebels in Syria. Now, under the new rules of engagement, the fighters trained and armed by the U.S. would have the support of airstrikes if they're attacked by Islamic extremists or Syrian government forces.
Then, men allegedly amass an arsenal to combat Jade Helm. And Democratic supporters of Planned Parenthood refuse to watch the expose videos. That's next on the Infowars Nightly News.
The average Austinite, folks, cannot find their fat ass with both hands, and I want to slap them upside their head. But let me tell you, they are the most politically correct, full of it, arrogant scum. I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there. And I know this for a fact. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox Special at InfoWarsLife.com.
In what could only be described as the most mind-boggling spin possible, Planned Parenthood is now claiming that it helps prevent abortions. In response to moves by Republicans in Congress to defund the organization, which receives over $500 million per year in taxpayer funds, Planned Parenthood tweeted the following: Republicans indignant about abortion are trying to destroy a government program that helps prevent 345,000 abortions a year. To which one person responded, an organization claims it is preventing abortions while executing almost 400,000 abortions in 2013. And of course, this latest push happened when groups and organizations connected to Planned Parenthood were caught on video chopping up body parts and having individuals say that they wanted to use the proceeds of said body parts to purchase Lamborghinis. You can find more reports on Infowars.com.
While speaking at the Young African Leaders Initiative Summit in Washington, D.C. yesterday, the president decried this practice of organ harvesting. No, not that organ harvesting. During the Q&A session, a young Kenyan woman asked the president to address the epidemic of ritualistic albino organ harvesting that's taking place in Africa. And he went on this tirade saying that it's just foolish traditions and it's infuriating and he has no patience for it. Now, ironically, these recently published undercover videos showing Planned Parenthood harvesting baby body parts have received absolutely zero condemnation from the Obama administration. And I don't know if it's just that he wants to have cognitive dissonance or, plausible deniability, because I don't even think he's watched any of the videos, according to the White House press secretary. Now, a fifth video has surfaced showing a Planned Parenthood official haggling with undercover reporters posing as these potential buyers about the sale of intact specimens. So that is whole bodies of babies. And the video shows Melissa Farrell, who's the director of research for Planned Parenthood Gulf Coast. She's talking about how an abortion can be performed in a specific way to ensure intact fetal cadavers. So once again, we have another official on camera talking about altering the procedure, confirming once again several times that they can alter the procedure to meet a client's needs.
We're going to potentially be able to have some that will be more or less intact, and then some that will not be.
Right.
So, but it's something that we can look at exploring how we can make that happen, so we have a higher chance. It'll probably also require a little bit of input from the doctors, because the doctors are the ones asking, directly doing that, and when it matters, in the cases of when it's mattered, and the physicians also need an intact specimen, they can make it happen. So we just need to figure out how that we can do this, under our project needs.
If that provider is needing to change the technique a little bit, and I know I'm going against my side of this, but I'm okay with, no, I want you to be paid per specimen, and rather than, oh, here, just ship this off. No, this is what we're looking for, and if you can do that and it compensates you and financially that's helping you to grow your clinic, I'm willing to do that.
And so if we alter our process and we are able to obtain intact fetal cadavers, then we can make it part of the budget that any dissections are this, and splitting the specimens into different shipments is this. I mean, it's all just a matter of line items.
So regardless of how you feel, the fact that she's admitting to altering the procedure and that that's something they can do, it's just a matter of line items, that is illegal. But we're hearing no outcry from the president. In fact, a judge who was appointed by President Obama granted a temporary restraining order against the release of any further Planned Parenthood videos that were shot in a particular abortion facility in an attempt to conceal Planned Parenthood's practices. Now, we already know that Congress is guilty of passing bills without even reading them. They tell us that all the time. They got to pass it to find out what's in it. But this effort to defund Planned Parenthood is no different. The legislation, which was authored by Senator Joni Ernst, it fell short by just 7 votes of the 60 that were needed for this bill to progress. But it turns out when they were asked about it, several Democrats haven't even bothered to watch the videos that have been released by the Center for Medical Progress. Before yesterday's vote, Representative Alan Grayson bizarrely called the video doctored, which is, the same talking point that's been repeated by the White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest. He actually called these videos fraudulent. And his evidence, Planned Parenthood told him. So that's what he told reporters. But he went even further in his efforts defending Planned Parenthood's ethical standards.
Based on the public comments of Planned Parenthood, who has indicated that the views that are represented in the video are entirely inconsistent with that organization's policies and with the high ethical standard that they live up to.
So would it be unfair to say that you're simply taking your talking points from Planned Parenthood on these videos?
Well, again, I guess I would suggest that you consult with Planned Parenthood for the details of their policies, and I'm merely repeating what I've seen that they've said and has been reported publicly about what they've said. But I'm certainly not the only person to arrive at this conclusion. There are a number of others who have taken a look at those videos and raised significant doubts about their authenticity based on the way that they were edited. And they certainly are consistent with the frequently stated policy of Planned Parenthood. And I think that's why many people who've taken a look at this situation have arrived at the same conclusion and described the videos the same way that I have.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new Infowars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.